I think everyone recognizes that song. If you're Canadian and you've lived here for anything longer than, I don't know, 20, 30 years, 40, 50, that, of course, is Wondering Where the Lines Are. Bruce Cockburn is on the line. I think fair to say, considered one of Canada's most important musical voices, right? Guitarist, poet, political activist, who's been putting all of that somehow into songs that we have been singing and know for more than 50 years, including what we just heard there. And he is on the line. Bruce Cockburn has a new album coming out and a tour underway at the young age of 81, and also apparently says he has no intention of stopping. It's a distinct pleasure to welcome Bruce Cockburn to the show. Bruce, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
I'm glad to be with you. Thanks for having me.
My first question would be, every time you hear that song, and I'm sure when you're still on stage and being asked to perform it, what kind of goes through your mind? Can you believe that song is more than 50 years old?
Well, actually, yes.
Okay.
It's been around a long time, and I've sung it, probably thousands of times. But I mean, the great thing is people like it, and it has a life. So, if you're if you're engaged in any artistic pursuit, but in my case, writing songs, you want people to hear them, and you hope that people will appreciate them, and so. Every time I sing that in front of an audience and the audience responds, it's a reminder of that very positive result of having written it.
You're going back on the road. You will be playing Montreal, by the way. We have a date here in October, and I'll talk more about that later. But you're 81 years old, which in and of itself might beg the question, why are you still going on the road? Is it because you love it? Is it because you need to? Why?
It's a combination of things. I have a lifestyle that I'd like to support, but really, as long as I'm capable of convincingly performing the stuff, then I want to keep doing it just because I'd be doing it if I was sitting at home anyway. And why not do it with an audience? I like traveling. I like my audience. I love my audience, actually. And I find that the experience of doing a show and sharing time and space with the people who come out is a really satisfying one and enjoyable. So, so why not keep doing it?
So that part about grueling, being on the road, whatever, you're fine with that. You actually love that.
Yeah, I do. And I don't find it to be all that grueling. It's actually more restful than being at home. The way we have historically done it, for the last many decades, with a tour bus and where you kind of travel overnight and sleep on the bus. That is at this age, I pretty much have to just focus on getting the shows done, and I have the energy for that. But if what that means is I don't do too much else. but since you have a bus, you have your own kind of carapace traveling with you, and it's not uncomfortable and it's not all that stressful.
So let's talk a little bit about the new album. You've had many, obviously, albums over the years. What's different? What possessed you to sit down and say, this is time for me to write something new? And what's this about?
Well, actually, it's interesting, or not. I didn't write any of the songs on the new album. It's all old songs. And I stopped short of calling it a covers album, because if I say that, I think people are going to, imagine me doing a Bob Dylan song or a Joni Mitchell song, or, kind of contemporary stuff that I came along with. But these are all songs, with one exception. They're all nothing's more recent than the end of the 1950s. So. It's really all music from the first half of the 20th century, and some of it going back to the 1910s.
Wow.
There's some blues and ragtime stuff and some standard tunes. The old Joe Stafford hit, "You Belong to Me," for instance. "I'll Be Seeing You as Time Goes By." Those are on the album. So it's been really fun to do it, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and it just never quite happened. But at this point, it seems like if I'm going to do it, I better get it done. So we did it.
That's fascinating, though, right? To go all the way back, stuff that you obviously loved when you were younger and had enough of an impact on you that you wanted to cover them now. But some people might be surprised by that. I mean, the Bruce Cockburn sort of idea of, radical politics and spirituality, is that out the window for now? I mean, do you not write songs like that anymore?
Well, I actually haven't been writing much lately. So, I mean, the last album of my stuff, O Sun, O Moon, came out a couple of years ago, and it still has a life. So I'm doing, I have those songs to do, and I mean, I've got a lot of my own songs to do.
Yeah.
And in the shows, the shows I'm doing will certainly be made up mostly of the songs that I've written. But this was just a labor of love. I just wanted to, like I said, I've wanted to do it for a long time, and now was the time.
Was it about those songs, your covers now, that speak to you, that you said, you know what, I want to do these. I feel I need to do these for some reason?
There's songs that I've had different relationships with over the centuries. Some of them are songs that I learned when I was first kind of figuring out how to be a solo performer. I mean, I started I hesitate to use the word career, but whatever. That entity called a career started in kind of the beginning of 1966 when I dropped out of music school and joined a band in Ottawa. And I played rock in different rock bands for a few years, and I started writing songs kind of aimed at the different bands I was in. And then eventually I had this body of material that I just wanted to do myself, so I went solo. But in the process, I'd been, interested in folk music and in early jazz and that sort of thing, as well as and later jazz for that matter. But I'm not a jazz musician, so you don't hear too much of that in my music. Just little influences here and there. But these songs, like there's a song called Buddy Bolden's Blues that was written by Jelly Roll Morton back in the early 1900s. I mean, that's an example of when I was learning to fingerpick on the guitar. I worked out a way of playing that song and kind of using these ragtime chord changes, and it's been with me ever since. So this is, I've probably been playing that song for 60 years at least. And I mean, these are songs that I loved just because they were there. And in the case of the Jelly Roll Morton one, songs that I was learning from figuring out how to play. And so that's one category sort of. And then there's the standard tunes, like I mentioned, You Belong to Me, and I just have this kind of sentimental attachment to that, to the Frank Sinatra thing, One for My Baby. Mm-hmm. They're just beautiful songs of the type that they are, and they're totally different from anything I'm likely to write. That's about as much as I can intelligently say about it. The choices are totally personal and totally just kind of what's stuck to me over the years.
I have to wrap up. I'm going to run out of time. I just wanted to ask you now, for someone who's been doing this for as long as you have, the state of music today, what do you listen to? Do you have, favorite artists? Are you impressed by anybody specifically?
I have a 14-year-old daughter whose taste governs what turns up on the radio when I'm driving her to school. So I hear a lot of, I hear Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo and the stuff that's on the radio now that appeals to her. But she's also a fan of Springsteen and Billy Joel, and so I hear a lot of that too. What I listen to if I put on my music for myself, it's likely to be jazz or classical music, not too much songwriting.
Okay. Listen, I really appreciate the time. Looking forward. I will let people know you're going to be in Montreal. I believe you're in Saskatoon right now, right? Your tour has started.
I am, yeah.
And you're coming to Montreal. You'll be here October 18th. Look forward to seeing you then. I thank you so much for the time, Bruce. Honestly, appreciate it so much. Big fan.
Well, nice talking with you, as I hoped it would be.
There you go. Yeah, it didn't work out so badly, did it?
No, not bad at all. So great. Thank you for giving me a chance to air these notions, and we'll speak again.
All the best. Take good care.
All the best to you. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd,
And more. All your decade-defining favorites all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.